Okay, so you bought Avatar Frontiers of Pandora to explore the breathtaking beauty of Pandora, but your settings aren't dialed in and you're not seeing the true potential of the game. Now, in this video, we're going to dive into the settings menu and unlock some of the hidden visual potential of the Snowdrop engine. We'll also show you what settings are FPS killers with no payoff and which ones you may crank up to make Pandora look next gen. From the perfect DLSS to FSR configuration to the truth about volumetric fog, this is the guide for you. Now, I also have some pretty good settings that one of my iBoy Nation members actually showed me that is going to help you in the long run for all the new players that have jumped into Avatar. With that being said, you guys, make sure to drop a like on this video. Subscribe as well. I am only getting 50% of my viewers that are subscribed, so let's reach about 80-90%. And let's dive right into these settings. So for starters in gameplay, I have it set to medium. The quest guidance, I have that set to guided. You can switch that to exploration, but I prefer guided just so I don't get too lost. Quest marker, I have Navi senses only. Field of view, this one is a big one. So by default, it is set to 80. I have mine set to 90. I stretched it out just a little bit, not too far. In third person field of view, I had that also set to 90. This one's also a good one too because third person update just released. And guys, make sure you set that to 90. Field of view change while sprinting, I have that set to on. Camera intensity set to 100. Autocomplete SID hacking. This is one of those secret settings right here. Turn this on. So in this game, there is a lot of mini games that you have to do, from gathering fruit to hacking different objectives and beacons. This is going to save you a ton of time. Make sure to turn this on unless you like to do a lot of mini games. Memory painting difficulty, I have this set to also autocomplete. Relax and enjoy the view as your character completes the minigame automatically. This is a no-brainer, guys. Turn this to autocomplete so you do not have to waste so much time doing these minigames. Now, gathering complexity, I have this set to low difficulty. You can turn it off and it would automatically gather, but low difficulties is pretty good because you can do a little bit of a minigame, but nothing too crazy. Gathering controls tutorial, I have that set to dynamic. Photo mode, exit when taking damage, I have that turned off because I like to take photos. Periodic save game back up during gameplay, I have that turned to on. And then we dive into the controls. Okay, input layout, I have that set to right-handed. Toggled to aim zoom, I have that set to off. Toggle to crouch, I have that set to on. Toggle to sprint, I have this set to on. And another very, very important setting, auto sprint. Turn this on. For one, you're going to save your controller and stick drift from not having to depress the button over and over and over to sprint. But there's a lot of instances in this game where you're just going to have to sprint. So having this turned on is going to help you tremendously in the long run. Toggle to use Navi senses, I have this turned off. I like to just press the button and let it go and it goes away. Toggle to use fire, I have that set to off unless you want to continuously single tap your gun to shoot it. Definitely don't want that. Double press to dismount, I have this turned off. Toggle to use the lift vine, I have this turned off. So you have to press and hold it to lift. Toggle to show weapon wheel, I have this turned off. Toggle to look around, I have this set to off. Look spear compensation, I have this set to 6. Invert look off, invert look off, invert mounted, horizontal look off, invert mounted, vertical look off, invert horizontal looking menus, invert vertical looking menus, invert vertical looking map, invert horizontal looking map. All of these are turned off. And then you can do some controller remapping if you would like. I feel like the controllers are set in a pretty good spot with gameplay wise. I have use R1 to jump turned off. I always love to use X as jump. I'm using a PlayStation 5 controller. Aim assist, absolutely turn this on. Aim assist snap, turn this on. Aim assist follow, turn this on. Adaptive triggers, I turn that off. Sometimes that can be a little bit of a pain and also cause some pain in your fingers, especially with the PS5 controllers. Some of the developers, they have it set to so strong where just turn it off. And controller look sensitivity, I have that set to 100. Third person controller aim sensitivity, I have that set to 90. And third person look sensitivity, I have that set to 90. Controller aim, I have that set to 100 as well. Acceleration multiplier set to 100%. Controller flying sensitivity set to 200. Map cursor speed 300. Menu cursor speed 300. Menu cursor hover friction 40%. All my dead zones are set to basically the defaults. And this is all keyboard and mouse, so we're not going to worry about this too much. And then we dive into the video settings. This is where the good stuff shines. As you guys can see, I am running 1440p, 165 hertz monitor, and I am running it on AMD Fidelity Super Resolution. I could do DLSS, but I want to try the AMD. Frame generation, I have that turned on. You can turn this, I have this off, but you can turn this on if you want to get frames. I'm getting pretty good frames in this game. I must say my frames are not too bad at all. So definitely keep that off unless needed, unless your PC can handle it. Mine can. I have a 4080 Super, so it definitely can. Make sure to turn off VSync. This one's an important one. Turn off VSync if you're playing on PC. Frame rate limiter, turn that off. In eco mode, I have that set to after 10 minutes. Now, as for graphics, I have customized mine. Motion blur, turn that off unless you want to get sick. Turn it off. Fog blur, turn that off. I love to see the game in its clarity and not with a bunch of volumetric fogs and stuff like that. Sharpening, I have that set to 7. Depth of field, turn that off as well. You want to see everything clear. If you turn this on to high, everything just looks so muddy and foggy. Turn that off. Shadow quality, I have that set to high. Sun contact shadows, I have that set to medium. Spot shadows, I have that set to high. Spot shadows resolution, I have that set to high. Shadow proxies is off. Specular reflection set to medium. Diffuse reflection set to medium. Environment reflection quality set to high. Volumetric cloud set to medium. Volumetric fog set to high. Extra streaming distance set to 5. Object detail set to 14, BVH quality set to high, micro detail quality set to high, particle detail set to high, scatter density set to high, dither fade is on, spotlight protection resolution is set to 512, destruction quality set to high, terrain tessellation set to high. User interface, well, we'll just keep those settings. Everything's good. UI scaling is set to medium. Safe area is 70%. HUD contrast off. Colorblind mode, no. And these are all your colorblind settings. If you want to change that, you can. Controller visuals set to auto. Reduce camera transitions set to off. Opening map always point north. And this is some more basic customizations that you can do. All of mine are set to on. You can copy that if you would like. And audio, I have everything maxed out. I have it set to headphones. Night mode is off. Mute audio when focus loss is off. Menu narration is off. Tinnitus effect, turn this off. You don't want the ringing in your ear every time it happens. When there's a tinnitus effect in the game, you don't want that ringing in your ear. And focus mix is set to off. Guys, this is going to be the best settings that you can use for Avatar, Frontiers of Pandora. I'm excited for the DLC to come out. I wanted to show you guys because I know there's a lot of new players that are finally jumping into this game. Guys, give this game a shot. The game is absolutely worth it. I'm having a blast. If you did not know, I will be live streaming this game. More than likely, when you see this video, I'm already live streaming it. If not, go ahead and click one of those videos in the card. And until next time, folks, I'll see you in the next one.